Why do you always choose the wrong people? Why do you fall for the ones who hurt you, disappoint you, or slowly drain your spirit until you barely recognize yourself? This is not bad luck, and it is not fate. It is psychology, deep, unconscious, and brutally honest psychology. And once you understand it, your choices in people will never be the same again. You see, the human mind is wired for patterns, not happiness. It seeks what is familiar, not necessarily what is good. Most people don't fall in love with someone new, they fall in love with someone who feels emotionally familiar. And familiarity often comes from your past, especially from childhood wounds you never healed. If chaos was normal for you growing up, chaos will feel like home. If love was inconsistent or unpredictable, then inconsistency will feel like passion. And if affection came with conditions, then you'll unconsciously chase conditional love, believing you have to earn it. Many people don't choose partners, they choose patterns. They choose the emotional environment their nervous system is addicted to. The wrong person feels right at first because your mind confuses familiarity with safety. You think you are choosing love, but really, you are choosing what feels normal to your nervous system. And if normal was pain, instability, or emotional distance, then those things will feel magnetic. One of the darkest truths about human psychology is this: we are not attracted to what we want, we are attracted to what we are ready to repeat. This is why you ignore good people, kind people, stable people. They feel unfamiliar, and the unfamiliar feels threatening, even if it's healthy. Your mind says, I want love, but your body says, give me what feels like my past. This conflict runs the show. The wrong people trigger the emotional patterns buried deep inside you. They activate the same wounds you've carried for years: unworthiness, abandonment, not feeling enough. And because those wounds feel familiar, you confuse them with chemistry. That spark you feel with the wrong people isn't love. It's your trauma recognizing something it knows. It feels like connection, but it's really repetition. You fall for people who mirror your unresolved pain, not your future potential. Psychological research shows that humans are drawn to relational dynamics that recreate childhood emotional experiences. If you grew up earning attention, you will choose people who make you work for love. If you grew up feeling invisible, you will choose people who don't truly see you. If you grew up walking on eggshells, you will choose people whose moods keep you guessing. You don't choose these people consciously. Your subconscious does. It sees the wrong person and whispers, this feels familiar. This feels like home, but home is not always the place you should return to. And your past is not a blueprint for your future unless you keep letting it be. Let's go deeper. Another reason you choose the wrong people is emotional hunger. When you're lonely, empty, or craving validation, your standards drop. You don't choose connection, you choose relief. The first person who offers attention becomes the person you attach to, not because they are right for you, but because they fill a temporary void. This creates what psychologists call attachment to relief, not attachment to compatibility. You become bonded to the feeling of being chosen, not to the actual person. And when the relief fades, you're left with someone who is wrong for you in every possible way. The most dangerous choices are the ones you make when you're starving emotionally. Hungry people don't choose with discernment, they choose with desperation. And desperation always feels like attraction when you don't understand your own needs. Here's another brutal truth. Many people mistake intensity for intimacy. They think love is supposed to be dramatic, unstable, unpredictable. Movies, trauma, and past relationships train your brain to equate emotional roller coasters with passion. But passion built on chaos always ends in pain. Healthy love is calm, consistent, reliable. But to someone with emotional wounds, calm feels boring, reliability feels suspicious, and consistency feels false. You push away the people who treat you well because your mind doesn't trust what it has never experienced. So you return to the people who activate your insecurities because insecurity feels familiar, and familiar feels like chemistry. Here as the darkest insight of all. Choosing the wrong people often comes from believing you don't deserve more. If a part of you feels unworthy, unloved, or afraid of abandonment, you will accept the bare minimum. You tolerate disrespect, distance, or indifference because you think that's the best you can get. You cling to crumbs because no one ever taught you what a full meal feels like. Self-worth isn't just how you see yourself, it's the filter through which you choose others. If your worth is low, your standards will always match it, and the wrong people can sense it. They are drawn to those who doubt themselves because doubt is easy to manipulate. Confidence protects you from predators. Insecurity exposes you to them. This is why healing yourself is not self-care, it is survival. Another reason you choose the wrong people is because of the savior complex. You believe you can fix someone, heal them, change them. You think your love can transform a person who refuses to transform themselves. But broken people cannot love you the way you imagine. They are fighting battles you cannot win for them. And sometimes you stay with the wrong person because walking away forces you to confront your own wounds. Staying hurts, but leaving means you must face yourself. You're not addicted to the person. You're addicted to the emotional cycle. The highs, the lows, the anxiety, the relief, it becomes a psychological loop. Your brain gets hooked on the dopamine spikes that come from instability. That isn't love. That's trauma bonding. And trauma bonds are stronger than many healthy relationships because they are wired into your nervous system through fear, hope, and unpredictability. So how do you stop choosing the wrong people? You don't start by choosing better. You start by becoming better healed, aware, and whole. You start by learning how healthy love feels. You start by raising your self-worth until it is no longer attracted to people who benefit from your wounds. You start by sitting with your loneliness instead of escaping into the first person who distracts you from it. You learn to distinguish between attraction and familiarity, between chemistry and chaos, between love and emotional addiction. When you heal your inner world, your outer choices change automatically. You won't chase people who hurt you. You won't romanticize red flags. You won't mistake inconsistency for passion. And you won't allow your past to choose your future. You will no longer feel drawn to people who drain you. Instead, you will feel repelled by them the same way a healed wound no longer hurts when touched. Healthy people will begin to feel magnetic, and unhealthy people will lose their power over you. Healing rewires your desire. It gives you new instincts. It teaches you that love should not feel like fear. It shows you that being alone is safer than being with someone who makes you feel lonely. The truth is, you never accidentally choose the wrong people. You choose them because on some level, they match your unhealed parts. And when you finally heal, those people will no longer feel like home. They will feel like lessons you have outgrown. And you will choose differently not because you're trying to, but because your healed self cannot recognize the wrong people as love anymore. Your past shaped your patterns, but it doesn't have to shape your future. Your wounds wrote your story, but they don't have to write the ending. When you understand the psychology behind your choices, you take your power back. And once you reclaim your power, you stop choosing people who dim your light. You start choosing people who honor it. You stop choosing people who break you. You start choosing people who see you, value you, and meet you where you are. And the moment you do that, your entire life changes. Because the people you allow into your heart determine the world you live in. It's not fate, it's psychology. And once you understand it, you will never choose the wrong person again. This is Mind Abyss, where we explore the darkest corners of human nature and the hidden truths that shape who you love, who you trust, and who you become.